Thank you. There's probably no more critical issue on our national agenda today than this matter with Iran. 151 members of the House have joined together to encourage the President to exhaust every avenue toward a verifiable, enforceable diplomatic solution in order to prevent a nuclear-armed Iran. Mr. Speaker, I would ask unanimous consent to insert in the record this communication.
Without objection.
And while not signing this particular call for diplomacy, additional colleagues have made clear that they intend to prevent any attempted congressional veto of a strong, verifiable agreement. An agreement not based on trust, not based on liking Iran, but an agreement based on strong verification and intrusive verification. Unfortunately, there are others here in this body who have embraced the wrong-headed advice of former President Bush's UN Ambassador John Bolton, who said that to stop Iran's bomb Iran. These are some of the same members who rejected the interim nuclear joint plan of action before they had even read it. And they are some of the same members who were so eager to launch an unnecessary war in Iraq that only strengthened Iran, and who seem to have learned very little from their previous failure. And they forget that Iran is bigger than Afghanistan and Iraq put together. Another war will not make us safe. Bombing may set back Iranian nuclear development by 2 or 3 years at best, a significantly shorter time than that covered by a P5+1 negotiated agreement. But it will make an Iranian nuclear weapon more likely. Bombing will inflame sectarian and regional tensions. It will threaten the security of Israel and our other allies, and ultimately it will jeopardize the safety of every American family. That does not mean that any agreement with Iran is an acceptable agreement. Iranian hardliners, like hardliners elsewhere, may ultimately prevent an adequate verification in this agreement. But we must use every diplomatic means available, especially now with the announcement of this strong framework, and continue to work and craft a robust joint comprehensive plan of action. To do otherwise, to withdraw, to fail to support such an agreement would likely collapse the multilateral sanctions among our allies and some that are not our allies but have joined with us in this regime that brought Iran to the table in the first place, and would only accelerate an Iranian nuclear program that would then be unrestricted and unmonitored. Final sanctions, certainly sanctions which I have personally voted on a number of occasions in favor of, cannot be lifted without a vote of Congress. But that would not occur until we have conclusive evidence of Iranian compliance. Do you have another 30 seconds?
Certainly. The gentleman is recognized for an additional 30 seconds.
All of us who do not trust war as the answer must continue working together to support a peaceful resolution and overcome the bellicose voices whose only alternative is the perilous course of war. We want a strong, verifiable arms accord. I favor and will vote for oversight and review today, but President Obama should know that he has the support in this House to fulfill our obligations under a verifiable agreement for a safer world and to avoid war. I yield back.
The gentleman